What is the organizational advantage of networks, shared language and storytelling in Microfoundations? My name is Dr. Ursula Schinzel. I'm going to present you one of my researches, and you always can have a look at my blog ursulaschinzel.com for more information. The chapter overview is the introduction, literature review on Microfoundations, HRM, globalization, EHRM, networks and digital social networks, language as identifier, storytelling, cultural research, methods, results, conclusion, future research, and here we go with the introduction. My research question is why networks, shared language, and storytelling help organizational advantage in Microfoundations. First, we do a review of the literature, the interviews, and then the questionnaires, always collecting primary data. My originality, it is proposed that networking in person and in digital form, shared language and as an identifier and storytelling are capabilities for shaping the future and success of Microfoundations in international environments. Literature in Microfoundations, there is especially Voss, and in strategy there is Porter, who was the pioneer, Shapiro, Thies, Kirchner, Schumpeter and others. Resource management 20 years ago, HR administration especially, salary, vacation, absence, work hours, headcount, accounting. Then came a phase of motivation, recruiting and staffing, training, evaluation, recognition, and more recently, it's about EHRM, networking, communication, and information. And the network structure depends on its density, connectivity, hierarchy, flexibility, and ease of information in exchange, and the accessibility for the network members to the information, Harpiet and Gouchard. The lower costs of accessing information through networks, especially through digital networks, are one of the advantages besides the diversity and efficiency of the network information structure. Digital social networks. Smith and Cohen have to say that the internet is among the few things humans have built they truly don't understand. The internet is the largest experiment of anarchy in history. What are then the benefits of networks after this negative word? So, provide access to information, they are accessible, easy access, the efficiency, flexibility, diversity of information, the low cost, the high speed, who you know determines what you know. Trustworthiness of the network and the members, and their obligations, norms and expectations. A shared language is used as an identifier. It defines the in-group and the out-group. It creates group-specific communication codes. It is important in social relations, influences our perception, enables people to discuss and exchange information, to ask questions, and enables the development of new concepts and creates new knowledge, enables the combining of information. In case people do not speak the language, they are kept apart and have restricted or no access to this information. Storytelling. Influencing the grapevine, sparking action, sharing knowledge, sharing values, communicating identity, branding, fostering collaboration, and leading people into the future. The benefits of storytelling are communicate quickly, naturally, clearly, communicate who you are, show and transmit values, norms and culture, foster collaboration and stop rumors, connect with traditions, focus on a vision, inspire continuous innovation and job satisfaction, share knowledge and understanding, encourage broader understanding. It's useful in organizations and normal life, discover culture, make decisions, useful in education and training, focuses on plan the future, solve problems and conflicts and manage change. Cultural research, to name some of the researchers: Hofstede, Bond, Chinese Value Survey, House and the Globe, Ingelhard, the World Value Survey, Triandis, Individualism, and Shine, Cameron, Quinn, Smith, Schwartz, Scholz and Böhm, just to mention some. Results from questionnaires. The question is, Why do you think networks help organizational advantage in Microfoundations? On a Likert scale of a maximum of 5, first answer gave provide access to information with 4.29. Second, accessibility, easy access to information, flexibility and efficiency with an average of 4.01. 3, high speed to this information, 3.94. And fourth, low cost of this access to information, 3.83. Why do you think a shared language helps organizational advantage in Microfoundations was answered as this, as shown here. On a Likert scale of a maximum of 5, first, a shared language is important in social relations, 4.24. Second, enables people to discuss and exchange information, to ask questions, to conduct business, 4.20. And third, a shared language is used as identifier, 3.97. Why do you think storytelling helps organizational advantage in Microfoundations was answered on a Likert scale of maximum 5. First, show and transmit values, norms and culture. Second, share information and understanding. Share knowledge and understanding, 3.99. Third, useful in education and training, 3.84. Respondents who say both networks are important, networks in person and digital networks, argue there is no preference, that both are important and that both have advantages and disadvantages. Respondents who say both networks are important say that they use both and there are advantages and disadvantages in both. And you can see the rest of the answers, saying that the best solution is a combination of networks that provides opportunities for face-to-face contacts and digital network contacts. Respondents who prefer networks in person argue that there is the eye contact is important, the body language is important, the team building and spending time together, trust, emotions. The issues with networks in persons are there are obligations, there are expectations, and there are time consuming. Respondents who prefer digital networks argue the easy accessibility of the information, the low cost, the diversity of information, speed of access and publication, flexibility, efficiency, and it is an open way to have access to private life. One respondent who prefers digital networks argues, I do not network a lot, but I prefer digital networks if I need to find a piece of information since it provides the access. It is low cost, fast and diverse, and in most circumstances it does not hold any obligations. Issues with digital networks are the confidentiality, the misuse of the trust, the false expectations, and superficiality, and they are also time consuming. Issues with digital networks are, for example, respondents say that networking is convenient but sometimes causes trouble, especially when we connect with someone who we don't know well, and do we really know with whom we are networking. And in case of this one, I'm old, so I'm not used to digital networks, which also seem less rich in context. And implications. Networks are strong among HR managers, and there's a preference to networks in person compared to digital networks because of the reliability, the security, the personal contact, the body language, communication, the eye contact, the advantages and the disadvantages, and the issues with digital networks, the confidentiality. And the shared language is important in social relations. It enables people to discuss and exchange information. If you do not speak the language, you are not in the in-group, but you are the out-group. Storytelling is a powerful means of strategic human resource management because it enables the distribution and transmission of values, norms, and culture. It allows people to communicate, inspire innovation, resolve problems and conflicts, and to plan the future and take decisions. My hypotheses are validated. Networking in person and in digital form, shared language as identifier and storytelling are capabilities for shaping the future and success of Microfoundations in international environments. What are the limitations of my research? Yeah, well, the comparatively small sample size constitutes a factor that threatens the generalization of the findings, as well as a weak theoretical connection between strategic human resource management, the use of digital networks, a shared language, and storytelling in international environments. Future research could focus on more interviews and case studies, as I researched only with questionnaires, digital networks versus networks in person, the limitations of e-HRM, e-recruiting, e-learning, and the possible negative outcomes of storytelling. The references that I used in this research are on these 2 pages. Yeah? And thank you very much for your attention. You always can have a look at my website. Thank you very much.